What's up, nerds?
Hi.
Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
And this is Brandon with Believe in the Run.
And Brandon, what are we talking about today?
The Adidas Solar Glide 5.
And before we get into that, what we'd love you to do is subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. And hit that like button.
Like this video for sure.
Tell me about this shoe.
Yeah, well, actually, let's just kind of talk a little bit about what this shoe is intended for first before we kind of move forward. So this is Adidas. This is their 5th version of the Solar Glide, but it's actually a neutral daily trainer, but it's more on it's teetering in that max cushion side of the neutral daily trainers.
With the boost.
Yes, yeah, you got a nice big chunk of boost in the back. Booty got back. Baby got back.
Booty got back. So the booty also has
The booty's also got back. It's double booty.
All right. Double stuffed Oreo here.
Perfect.
So this is your daily trainer. It's not the lightest one. It's, but I mean, you gotta give it to Adidas on the styling. Their shoes always look dope.
Yeah, it's a nice streetwear looking shoe for sure. This is one that I could wear basically anywhere. It's like, you want to go on a run, you want to wear it to the gym, concert, out to, hang out with your buddies. This is the shoe.
And I normally think of this shoe as somewhat of a gym to run shoe, not like a run specific shoe. It's not designed just for running. I think they know that they've got that lifestyle crew out there. They've got those guys that are going to the gym that okay, I like this shoe. I can wear it for both.
Moving on, let's talk a little bit about this upper. And it's actually interesting because it's called a prime blue upper, which I've actually never heard of before.
I have.
I'm sure you haven't. What I'm actually seeing is it's almost like knit and mesh.
Well,
kind of both.
The blue is for its recycled material.
Right, that's sustainable.
So I would say this is somewhat of a jacquard. So you've got that knit, woven texture.
Yep, it's mainly knit.
Heel slippage or hot spots, anything?
Yeah, I mean, the fit of this shoe just didn't really sing to me. I found that the lacing system was they just made it way too complicated. And so what I found is that the shoe is extremely wide by nature, and I have a pretty narrow foot. The shoe also runs pretty long as well. And so for my 8.5, I just it was just too big. All around the shoe was just too big. So I would definitely advise going a half size down in this shoe. Talking about this lacing system a little bit, once I was able to finally cinch it down and get it to that fit that I wanted, it just didn't feel comfortable because the midfoot was just so tight. And then everything else was just kind of wonky and not really staying in place the way I wanted it to. So I didn't really have a great experience when it came to the upper.
All right, so that's not gonna be good.
No, definitely not good. I mean, it was just, yeah, honestly. And then when I tried to readjust the lacing, the way the lacing is actually set up, because this is my biggest pet peeve, is the lacing system.
All right.
And you've got dual crossing here, and then you've also got these yellow bands that are supposed to keep it holding in place. And it successfully holds everything in place almost too much that I can't
adjust it.
I literally can't loosen it. I'm struggling to loosen the laces all the time.
Let's jump down to the secret sauce of what people would typically want out of an Adidas shoe.
Yeah.
And that's that cush. You've got 2 foams here.
Yeah, and cushioned it kind of is. I mean, I think this Boost foam is very cushioned. It's very soft. You can tell that just by feeling it, it's definitely got a little bit of bounce to it. This Solar Glide foam that they have at the top though, that just kind of layers over it because it's a dual density, right? So you have this Solar Glide at the top, and then you've got the foam.
It's not Light Strike?
Nope, it is not. It is Solar Glide.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a different midsole. So this Solar Glide is actually it's not that exciting underfoot, and that's what you feel most of the time. And so when I was going through my stride and I was rolling, it's just not that flexible. It's just kind of
It's not flexible at all.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You get a little on the toe up.
It's just when I was running, it was dot, dot, dot. It was just very blocky under the foot, and it doesn't have a nice roll arch under it. It doesn't have a rocker technology either.
Because Solar Glides in the past, that's one of the things I liked about them, was that it had a nice kind of stride through. It was a little more structured than the Ultra Boost. I can see the plastic TPU coming through here. What are they calling this piece?
Yeah, so it's called an LEP 2.0 control platform, and this actually does a pretty good job in keeping like just every facet of the shoe just very together. And I think this is where you like do lose a little bit of that flexibility, because they basically have like a full plastic piece like going through this entire shoe. I wouldn't consider it a plate per se, but it's
kind of like a fork.
Exactly. Yeah, and it kind of just doesn't give like, it's very rigid. The shoe's very
I mean, does it provide a lot of stability though?
It does provide a lot of stability. So if you're looking for a lot of support under your foot, and it's a shoe that can basically go for hundreds of miles and you'll have no problem whatsoever, the shoe will not break down. It's extremely durable.
With the Continental rubber, you would think durability. With the Boost
sure.
never dies. It's heavy, but it doesn't die.
Yeah.
Speaking of weight, what are we talking here?
Oh God, so for my size 8.5, this is 315 grams or 11.1 ounces. So this is definitely on the higher and definitely heavier ends of a daily trainer.
That would almost probably be 13 ounces in my size 10.5.
For sure, yeah.
That's a little heavy. So
Yeah.
what's the drop?
So the drop on this shoe is actually 10 millimeters, and it's actually 36 in the heel and 26 in the toe. I find that I don't really notice drop too much. So for me, 10 millimeters, 4 millimeters, 6 millimeters, it doesn't really seem to bother me too much, as long as it's not like a zero drop, and as long as it's not over 10 millimeters, I'm usually fine.
I also think it doesn't matter that much. If you've got a nice platform and the way they set up, the way that the shoe's gonna roll through your stride, I think that the drop is overrated as a measurement for a shoe and whether or not you're gonna like it. I do think the weight is probably the heavy one on this one.
The weight of a shoe is rated adequately, I would say, and in this shoe, it fails the test.
So what are you gonna wear this shoe for? As someone that wears a lot of shoes to get daily miles, speed, working, and racing, where's this one land for you?
Unfortunately, it doesn't really fit into my arsenal, but if I were to take it out for something, this would be like walking around the city, hanging out with my friends. It's a stylish looking shoe.
So you relegate this to the fashion side.
I would go to, I would definitely wear it in the fashion side. It's for people who are like a hype beast and they really want like that next 3-stripe life shoe in their category. This is probably good for that.
Would you take it if you were a gym rat?
Yeah,
Do you think this is
this is where I'm also getting at too, is where I actually think it would be a good shoe for the gym if you just want to get like your cardio exercises in. I would consider this not a running shoe, but a training shoe. That's a better word for this shoe. I think a training shoe. If it's gonna get a red light, a green light, a yellow light, it's gonna get the red light for me, unfortunately.
But if you were gonna rank it for, like you said, a fitness shoe.
For a fitness shoe, it's getting a green light, because it's good as a daily trainer, not a daily trainer in the sense for running, but it's just good if you want to just like kick around. Maybe you're gonna go play some courtyard ball or whatever.
And durability, the shoe's gonna last.
Yeah, 100%. This shoe's definitely gonna last.
All right, cool.
Actually, this shoe comes in at $130 as well. So it's in the competitive price range of a lot of other normal daily trainers. So I wouldn't say that this is overpriced or underpriced. I think this is probably in the correct
competitively priced.
Yeah, it's competitively priced, which is good.
Yeah, and Boost prices have come down because Boost used to be the expensive shoe. So this is great. There's another time where we tell people to check out our Instagram.
Yeah, and subscribe, do all the things. We have a podcast. We have 2 podcasts actually. We have the Drop podcast, which is every week, and then we have a bi-weekly podcast called Fuel for the Soul with Mether Featherston. With Megan Featherston.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so that's it.
All right, cool. See you next time. Bye. Oh, this shoe killed me. It really did.
All right. So if you were gonna rank it for a running shoe, what's it gonna get?
Sorry. All right, so if this was gonna get a ranking on, I want to say that over again. All right, so if this is gonna get a ranking on my list, it's gonna get a red gray. If it's for a fitness shoe, it might get a green.